Hi. Took me a second because I clicked the wrong button. But hey, it's Woke Wednesday on the Morning Night Live. It's also Hump Day. And I'm glad you're here. So this morning, the news, lots of news on the on things that the airlines are doing for you, so to speak. Apparently the airlines, one of them seems to be backing down, so they can't sing that old Tom Petty song. So I won't back down. They're backing down, and in a way, but then there's also a whole lot of lawsuits going on out there regarding the Fauci Juice. So we'll see what happens. But first, even before I go into the intro, I got to show you this because this is funny. This is funny, and I just think it's fantastic. This young man is hang on. This kid's a hero, and I think we need to acknowledge our heroes. So let me just show you what's happening here. Here you go. Welcome to. I'm not even sure what raceway this is, but here we go.
Parts, they're going to help kick this thing off. All right, guys, ready? In 3, 2, 1.
Drivers, start your engines. Let's go, Brandon.
Look at the dude's
41.
face. Oh, play the intro. Ladies and gentlemen, coming to you live from the Lucky Dog studio in a hidden location somewhere in the upper Midwest of the United States of America, it's a brother making his own way but with all the wrong opinions. Welcome to the Morning Night Live with your host, yours truly, PDawg Knight. Okay, it's time to stop the music. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Morning Night Live. I'm your host, Marty, also known as Dawg Knight on the internet. And welcome back to the Dawg Knight Channel. It's Wednesday, the 13th of October, 2021. And let's go, Brandon. I'm curious. I hope that kid doesn't get in trouble. I think it's funny as hell. And the reporter, the dude, in fact, let's just watch that again because that was beautiful. I just got to see it again because the look on the reporter's face is classic. So here we go. Let's run that back.
Parts,
watch
they're
the
going to help
reporter's face
kick
when he
this
says
thing
it.
off.
This is great.
All right, guys, ready? In 3, 2, 1.
Drivers, start your engines. Let's go, Brandon.
Oh, the reporter, he's just not doing good there. That's hilarious. Anyway, all right, gang. So let's get this thing going today. But first, let's say good morning to everybody. Oh, thank you, Baby Vaso, first sponsor of the day. And Baby Vaso, what the hell happened there? Let's try that again.
You are the new Streamland Superstar sponsor of the day.
Okay, what the hell's going on here? Did I plug it on the right one?
You are the new
There we
Streamland
go.
Superstar sponsor of the day.
There we go. I don't have technical difficulties galore. Anyway, Baby Vaso with the bullet says, anyone here a fan of sake? Brandon. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Oh, anyone here a fan of sake? The TYT audience black-pilled the hell out of me last night. They worship her. Don't believe me? Search TYT and sake. I mean, Jesus. I don't know. Maybe maybe we'll check that out today. I don't know that, I don't know what to say. I'm stunned. There's people who worship sake. There are a lot of people who like Gen Sake. And that's what they meant, Gen Sake, not the warm Japanese liquor. And don't ever say liquor and sake in the same sentence again. I think she's like most press secretaries and regardless of the party, their job is to shill for the president and in some cases just obfuscate. So she's a master obfuscator. You know what I'm saying? So I guess I might have to take a look at that because I didn't know that. I mean, just fanboys over at TYT is not shocking, but I don't know. There's a lot of people. All right. So anyway, thank you, Baby Vaso, for sponsoring the show. Let's say good morning to everybody real quick. Good morning, Mike Savage, who was here first and gets the bell. Thank you so much for being Johnny on the spot. Also, good morning, Jonathan Peterson. Trippy Liberty, nice to have you here, my friend. Good morning. Also, good morning, Selecta Boy.
Yeah, boy.
Also, good morning, Attack Alpaca, Wikipedia Snippet, Special K on Acid, Rotten Corpse. Let's see. That's Aaron Meredith. Good morning. Good morning to. I'm skipped. Oh, Tyler F. And also thank you, Tyler, for tweeting out or retweeting the tweet that I tweeted out for the tweet of the show. Also, good morning to Maddie from the House Geek today.
You are the new
Whoa,
Streamland Superstar.
What the God? What is going on here? There, that one's for Maddie. And Ronan, who may be in the background or may not be in the background, we're not sure. Also, good morning, Nobody Not Me. Good to see you. Good morning, Asian Research Directorate. Also, Jesse Leon's in the house. Nice to see you. And is that everybody? And Baby Vaso. All right, there you go. Search TYT and Biden, and they next to never talk about him. Oh, no. They can't talk about Biden. You know, let's you know what, I want to do something here. Let's just out of curiosity. Let's go let's see, you said TYT and Psaki. Let's try it. TYT PSAKI. There we go. Let's see here. JIT, Psaki blast Ducey's fumbles. Psaki pokes fun at reporter for leading question. Boy, oh my gosh, they just love her. Let's see what the latest one is. Let's see here. 1 week ago, 4 months ago. Let's try this one from 1 week ago. How long is this? Can I stand listening to Young Turks for that long? All right, here we go. Let's try this one. Jen Psaki pokes fun at reporter for leading question.
This morning,
just FYI. Oh, now they actually do any commentary on this? Oh, well, let's find out. We'll put it on the screen here.
Ron Klain retweeted a message that was supportive of House progressives who delayed last night's vote on the 5th, saying that that they were putting the Biden agenda on track. And I'm just wondering if you could kind of clarify Ron Klain's sort of seeming support for that track of ideas versus what you've been saying all week, which is that we were trying to get this done.
You have caught us. Ron Klain retweeted to send a secret message to the country that we were litigating against ourselves and arguing against our agenda.
Come out to the briefing room, sit down with us.
All kidding aside, Annie, I know there's been questions about this, which I was sort of touching on before. Look,
are they actually?
We believe
is there any
in
okay, there's
the
no
Build
Young
Back
Turk
Better
commentary
agenda.
on this
Something.
one. I don't know. She's a snarky bitch. I don't care. Anyway, but I suppose Kayla McEnemy was snarky too, but I just liked her snarkiness, and I don't like Jen. So maybe it's because I'm not on Team Jen. I don't know. Anyway, all right, let's get into the show. I will. Let's see. Let's get back to here. Let's get into the show because I got a lot of stuff, a lot of stupid 19 news, oh wait, one last thing. You know how I was saying this test run for climate change? That I think this whole stupid 19 thing that we're doing is a test run for climate change. How governments can force you to do this and force you to do that. And I saw a great tweet. Wait, real quick. Good morning, Black Hebrew Israelite.
That's right.
Also, Lord Stanhope, Molly Maggs, Rusty Shack. All welcome to the show. I found this to be humorous. This is from a newspaper news, not newspaper, but news from June 29th, 1989. And we've got UN predicts disaster if global warming not checked. Let's see, your UN environmental official says entire nations could be wiped off the face of the earth by rising sea levels if global warming trend is not reversed by the year 2000. And it's funny because I tweet from one of my, someone who I actually enjoy watching his streams and videos, whatever, although they don't do that much anymore. So Fane was putting something about how global sea ice when I was born, global sea ice now in the Arctic, in which, first of all, you can never tell where what time of year the picture's taken. Yes, some of these sea ice in the Arctic melts in the summer and then freezes over in the winter. And again, the sea ice, or the ice over the Antarctic has been growing during that same time. So I don't know. I just think it's funny. In 1989, they're saying entire nations could be wiped off the face of the earth. Have we lost any nations yet, by the way? Are there any nations underwater? Underwater, yeah. You must be from Philly. Are there any nations that are underwater yet? By the way, did Guam ever capsize? I've been wondering about that. Did Guam ever capsize? I know Representative Hank Johnson was worried about that in the hearing. I was just curious, has anyone heard about Guam capsizing? Anyway, all right, let's go into what I really wanted to talk about that today, and that is the effect that airlines are having on our personal rights. I'm gonna put that one back. I got a couple articles that I'll hit at the end too. They're unrelated to the COOF, but anyway. Oh no! Damn it! Let me restore that page, which I accidentally done. Please restore. Reopen, close tab. There we go. All right. Here is this is the latest news on some of the things going on with the airlines. A federal judge has blocked United Airlines from imposing an employee Fauci Juice mandate. Oh, Atlantis is underwater. Checkmate. Oh, you got me. Oh, yeah, and William Shatner is going to be riding a dick-shaped rocket into space. If I have some time, I might catch up with that, too, see if because I think that's this morning, isn't it? Were they supposed to launch this morning? Good morning, Avocados Diaboli. Oh, Yugoslavia's gone. Oh, yeah. Is it underwater, though? Anyway, yeah, there's several nations. Well, Afghanistan's gone. I think it just submerged under some shithead rule. Anyway, federal judges blocked United Airlines from imposing employee vaccine mandate. This is a Breitbart article, so take that for what it's worth. A federal judge in Texas issued a temporary restraining order against United Airlines on Wednesday, blocking the airline from imposing a vaccine mandate against any of its employees in a nationwide class action suit, according to the judicial order, which could be the first of its kind in the country against coronavirus vaccine mandates. United Airlines is prohibited from placing employees with religious and medical exemptions on unpaid leave until October 26, while litigation continues. The judge also prohibited the airline from denying any employee requests for religious or medical exemptions. Previously, the airline did not allow employees to apply for an exemption after August 31st. Earlier in the case, the airline agreed of its own accord to postpone its juice mandate until October 15th for employees with exemptions during litigation. The day before the October 8th hearing, however, United filed a partial motion to dismiss, alleging the court lacked jurisdiction over the claims in the lawsuit. In order to allow the court reasonable time to respond to the jurisdictional challenge and rule in the evidentiary hearing for a preliminary injunction, which was reset for Wednesday, the judge issued a temporary restraining order. So apparently there's a game of chess going on here between the judge and the people trying to fight the suit. United originally told its 67,000 U.S. employees they must have the Fauci Juice against the stupid 19 or secure an exemption by September 27th or face termination. As the airline's juice mandate stands, any employee with exemptions would still be considered employed but would be placed on unpaid leave and would lose their benefits for up to 6 years or until the airline deems the juice or the stupid 19 conditions safe for unjuiced employees to return, according to the complaint. Here's a quote. "It is unconscionable to force any persons to undergo a medical treatment that they object to as a matter of faith," said Ken Blackwell, former U.S. ambassador to the United Nations Human Rights Commission and currently with the American Constitutional Rights Union. When so many other nations recognize that there is no medical reason for people with natural immunity to take the juice, it is essential that America lead the way to protect our citizens' rights on that front also. So there you go. There it is again. As one of the 35 million official survivors, and actually it's probably around 45 million, because there's been 45 million cases, and so far there are 45 million survivors. There's 45 million survivors of stupid 19. As one of the 45 million survivors, and who probably has immunity up to 27 times more effective than any of the Fauci juices, it's amazing to me they still haven't talked about that. And it's getting frustrating. You know, as one of the 45 million survivors of this disease, I feel it. I get upset that I don't hear much about me. Okay, I'm of a huge class of people who exist, and yet our nation as a whole pretends we do not. And the people who like to call people COVIDians, you know, those people, they seem to think that no matter if you get this disease, if you get this virus, if you get this stupid 19, that you're already, it's a death sentence. And yet I, in just the United States alone, am one of the 45 million who have survived it. That's an incredible number. 45 million survivors who likely have already have antibodies. You know what I'm saying? Goodbye. By the way, good morning, Uncle Bad Touch.
Come on, man.
45 million survivors. And yet they want to force you to put an experimental juice into your body. Even if you have a proven natural, I don't want to say immunity, but at least permanent, easy for me to say, natural resistance to any further infection. And in fact, like I said, I say this all the time. Have you heard, they keep talking about the people who've gotten the juice, and they call them breakthrough cases, which in my book means just cases because there's so many of them. All these cases, people who've already gotten the juice, who've already gotten double juiced, right? Do you hear a lot of news about people being reinfected? I got told this yesterday by someone that I love very much, who said, well, people who have had it can get it again. I'm thinking I said, well, where are they? Where have you heard of them? There are very few. It's extremely rare. It's far rarer than the people who are having so-called breakthrough cases. Why is that? Why do you not hear about the 45 million? We hear about the 700,000 a lot, but we don't hear about the 45 million. I feel a little left out. Oh, by the way, there are plenty of studies that validate what I'm saying. YouTube, just in case you think you're going to say it's medical misinformation. Really? I can certainly pull up the studies for you. Anyway, so good. Now, they did... let's see. Further in this article, the surprising judicial order comes at the end of several tumultuous weeks where the company United Airlines instituted a potentially dangerous respirator mask mandate for unjuiced employees just days after several employees filed the lawsuit alleging discrimination by the company concerning reasonable accommodations for religious and medical exemptions. According to an internal memo obtained by Breitbart News, the airline has temporarily mandated that unjuiced employees wear N95 or KN95 respirator masks at all times, effective October 2nd, as it waits for the outcome of the litigation regarding its, quote, reasonable accommodation process. The company agreed to supply employees with respirators if they could not obtain them on their own. The memo continues in part, quote, you must wear your mask at all times in all United locations, including outdoors and on aircraft. This includes personal or business travel. You may remove your mask only when you are actively eating or drinking, and you may put your mask back on in between. You must put your mask on in between bites and sips. To the extent possible, please only eat or drink outdoors or in rooms alone or when socially distanced from others. Wait a minute. So if you're eating indoors in a room alone and you still have to wear your mask and take it off, put it back on in between bites, how stupid is that? Failure to comply with this mask requirement is subject to disciplinary action as outlined in the mask policy on the Working Together Guidelines. Oh, isn't that just a sweet name? They have the Working Together Guidelines. Oh, so cute. The policy includes strict guidance, such as putting the respirator back on in between bites and sips, a step which arguably could lead to improperly trained employees repeatedly touching their mask, and action health experts advise against. Unjuiced employees have also repeatedly been isolated and bullied since the policy went into effect, sources told Breitbart News. Anyone who breaks the respirator policy could allegedly face termination. Wow. Oh, then Joe, they give you O.J. Simpson. That's funny. Anyway, so anyway, there's more on this story, but I'm not going to keep going through it. I'm going to move on because let's talk a little bit about Southwest now, because Southwest had their so many flights, over 2,000 flights canceled over the last weekend because some of the employees just got ill suddenly. And, I hope they're all recovering nicely. I hate to see it when employees get ill, but anyway, now there is a Southwest airline. Now, by the way, they couldn't say publicly that they were taking action because that might be against the law. And so, but several people just happened to get sick and just in particular in time to, in case they have to use up their sick time. And, it just occur at the same time. So maybe it was because not all of them were wearing their masks properly and they all got sick and, decided to take those days off just to be safe. Anyway, good morning, Johnny Hellcat. Good morning, Jen T. Maxie. What's happening? In the wake of massive Southwest, I can't even talk. I'm starting to sound like Joe Biden. I do have my cup of reparations, by the way. If you have a cup or drink, a sip, a wine, a beer, a cocktail, or just some water, this would be a good time to take a sip. All right. In the wake of massive Southwest Airlines cancellations and disruptions, a whistleblower within the company reached out to PJ Media to confirm that employees, including pilots, gate agents, flight attendants, and others, are fighting back against the mandatory juice ordered by the federal government. It's a coordinated protest, said the source, on the condition of anonymity, because if it wasn't on anonymity, if they found out, that could be trouble for that employee. Anyway, the employees have coordinated on social media platforms and are standing up at what they believe is a pivotal moment in America that will determine whether the country remains free or slides into despotism. We know we can stop this, the whistleblower said, and if we don't do it, it will be too late. Everyone is very excited. Southwest Airlines has denied it that there is a sick out and has had the mainstream media running cover for them all week. USA Today put out a strange multi-part tweet listing all the reasons why the sudden shutdown of thousands of flights is anything but a protest. I don't know when Columbus Day became a peak holiday travel day, but I guess it's the new excuse. At least they didn't cite perfectly clear weather again. So here's USA Today's, let's see if I can open this without, here's USA Today's thread. And this is actually quite comical. Come on. Today. Open up. There we go. So this is USA Today's excuse thread for Southwest Airlines. The airline blamed air traffic control issues and weather in Florida, saying the ripple effects put planes and employees out of place. Southwest and its pilots union have steadfastly denied that workers walked off the job to protest a federal juice mandate. So what happened over the weekend and how will Southwest recover? USA Today Travel spoke with President and Chief Operating Officer Mike Van de Ven. Van de Ven said there's no evidence a work stoppage was to blame, citing the rate of sick calls and other measures the airline keeps an eye on. There's no indication in any of our data that there's anything going on nefariously with respect to any type of activity like that. Looking forward, will Southwest Airlines cancel flights? Van de Ven said the question the airline will ask is, on these peak holiday period travel days, yes, Columbus Day / Indigenous Peoples Day is now a peak holiday. We have enough resiliency and recoverability if something unexpected happens? Well, I don't think so, Mike. Or was it Mike Van der Ven? Anyway, they're all going to look like fools soon, said the insider. That would be nothing new for the fake news media. But it's not just Southwest airline employees who have a conscientious objections to mandates. According to the source, there are 22 airlines, along with truckers and other transportation employees, represented in the ranks, and more disruptions are to come. The employees are all joining freedomflyers.org, a website that was set up. Here, I'm going to open that up, by the way. That was set up a few weeks ago to connect like-minded people and to fundraise for the effort fighting against mandatory vaccines. They released a video that keeps getting removed from social media, but can be seen on their website. Here's their video. We'll watch this real quick. Here, actually, let's do this on. Yeah, we'll do it right here. This is fine.
You are not hidden.
Now I'm curious if I'm going to get a music strike for this, but anyway.
Never been a moment.
So I'm sorry if you're listening. I'll read what the text says. It says U.S. Freedom Flyers, and we want you to remember when
been a moment you were forgotten.
We took you on your honeymoon and brought your loved ones to you.
You are not hopeless.
We worked through the night to ensure a safe operation.
Though you have been broken, you're innocent.
We were the friendly, reassuring smile that made you know that you are safe.
Stolen. I hear you
We worked on Christmas so you could surprise your family.
whisper underneath your.
Then there's two pilots holding up a sign. 30 years safely flying all of you, 20,000 hours in the sky, 2 airline pilots, 1 family, no choice. We love our jobs. Let us fly. I'm assuming this is Adele singing. Hang on a second. This is another sign. 24 years plus in aviation, Air Force veteran, career threatened over experimental jab. #NoLove.
I hear your.
Another one, 25 years flying for airlines. Pilots should be critical thinkers. None of this makes sense. Another one, 34 years of my life. I'm only 52. This is my entire life's job. #COVID shot equals death. #I choose my immunity. I'm fighting for freedom. This one, flight attendant, 8 years. Unknown long-term effects, still growing a family. Stupid 19 has a 99% survival rate. Medical freedom, natural immunity, bodily autonomy, wife, mother, sister, daughter, friend. By the way, good morning, Therese the Kid, People's Front of Canada, Lord Stanhope. Nice to have you here. Another one, 29-year flight attendant. My body, but not my choice. No jab, no job.
I
4 years, multiple positions, hashtag my God-given right, hashtag freedom.
will send out an army.
Here's one, American Airlines symbol on this one. Ramp agent, 27 years, no jab, no job, my body, my choice, hashtag stand for medical freedom. 21 years, flight attendant, coercion is not consent, hashtag unconstitutional, hashtag say no to medical apartheid. Ding, you are no longer free to move about the country. Oh, damn. Thank you, Baby Vazo. Real quick, it says, real quick, what are your thoughts on Sanders? It does really seem like Sanders is the Democratic equivalent of Trump. The only difference is that Sanders bowed down to Democrats while Trump doesn't. Honestly, it should have been him versus Trump in 2016 and 2020. I think Sanders is an old crackpot socialist, and even though he doesn't necessarily want to admit it, he called it by calling himself a Democratic socialist. And I think Bernie Sanders has never had a real job. He's never had a job. He got kicked out of a commune after he left school, and then he immediately ran for Congress. And he's been in Congress. I mean, he's basically been a politician his whole life for socialist causes. And I agree that it should have been Sanders versus Trump. Well, no, Sanders wasn't going to win the primaries against Hillary, but they did give him the job. I'll tell you that. They jobbed him pretty bad and made it impossible for him to do it anyway. And then the last one, the shenanigans that the Democrats did to get Joe Biden to be their nominee should embarrass all Democrats. So anyway, all right. So and thank you, Baby Vaso, for sponsoring the show. You are still the superstar donor of the day. And also, good morning, Jimmy from Philly, my brother. Oh, dude, got a strike. Fuck YouTube. Oh no, I'm curious what you got the strike for, Jimmy. You're gonna have to communicate with me you'll have to communicate with me either. I don't even know if you're on Twitter, dude, but if you find a way to communicate with me how you got a strike and what for, that, you know, do it in the description of this video or the last video. Let me know what it was about. I'm just curious. So anyway, thank you, Jimmy, for sponsoring the show. Appreciate both you and Baby Lazo. More signs from these pilots. This is 7 years of service. I'm taking a stand because consent and body autonomy is a human right. Consent can only be given when free from coercion and pressure and force. Not true. Bernie Sanders is both a welfare recipient and a deadbeat dad. Oh, you said work. You got a hate speech strike. Oh, Jimmy, yeah. This is why I sometimes use language that doesn't always sound, what is it? It's coded sometimes because there's certain things they just let you say, and I don't know why. I still want to see the strike, Jimmy. If you have a way to send it, you can email it to me, Jimmy, at PDawgKnight@gmail.com. I would love to see a copy of what they sent you. That sucks though, brother. And so I'm assuming when first of all, did you appeal it? And second of all, did they tell you what it was? So I'm just curious. Anyway, I wonder if any of Pac-Man's fans have been going at you. Who knows? That sucks though. All right. Let's see here. So you trust me with your $130 million jet and thousands of passengers, but not with my own personal health choices. You know, that's the other thing too. Remember, these are some of the heroes, right? These are the heroes. And you're in it, especially if you're pilots, like you're in a jet with the most advanced filtration system known to man. Airplanes and medical operating rooms have the same filtration systems that they have to be very careful while you're in the air. And it's just crazy that they're doing this. I don't know. Let's see here. No name, no face, sir. 21 years, 24 years in service. This is about liberty. So you get the idea. There's a whole bunch more of these, but I'm not going to go through. I'm not going to show you them all, but if I'll have this video open, or excuse me, the article for this video is the PJ Media article. All these articles and links and stuff that I show you today will be in the single link in the second paragraph of the description down below. If you want to watch the rest of this video, it's a great video. I have watched it, but organizers of freedomflyers.org have been interviewed by Tucker Carlson and Newsmax. The organizers said they do not encourage sick outs, but they can't control individuals. In other words, if there's a disruption in one part of the system, it has a catastrophic effect among the rest of the system, which is going to affect commerce. It's going to affect trade, and it's ultimately going to affect the economy. Pilot Joshua Yoder told Tucker Carlson, "We have all the control, and the control comes from a simple word, and that is no. We just don't need to comply." So here's Yoder talking to Tucker Carlson.
Yes, my motive for resisting it is primarily religious for myself. Basically, I saw, among my friends, I saw a need. Many of us don't want to take this. People were being coerced. I believe in freedom, and I'm here to support the freedom of my fellow employees and all people across this country. I'm not going to take a mandate. I'm not going to be coerced into doing something that I don't believe in. Well, as we know, the transportation sector is the heart and soul of this country, and it's a very delicate system. If there's a disruption in one part of the system, it has a catastrophic effect among the rest of the system, which is going to affect commerce, it's going to affect trade, and ultimately it's going to affect the economy. If you have flights reduced by 30% because 30% of pilots are fired because they won't take the vaccine, this is going to affect how your goods get here from overseas, how they're distributed to the stores. You know, the same thing's happening with the truckers. It's happening in the shipping industry. Those Amazon boxes that typically show up in 2 days, you might be looking at 3 weeks. Well, first of all, we have all the control. And
What's interesting is I'm waiting for a package. It's not from Amazon, but I got so I ordered something online, and it was sent out via United States Postal Service, right? And so they give you a tracking number, so if you want to see when your package is supposed to come. It's supposed to come here in a couple of days, and it's been about 6 days now. And I looked at the tracking number, and it said on the second day, it said something about that the package is not. It got stopped in some form or another because of an emergency. And I'm just wondering if that had anything to do. I mean, I don't hear anything about the postal workers striking or anything about this or doing anything because they're not getting people. Or either that or they're just not telling us. Is there a sick out at the U.S. Postal Service? Is there a problem there too? I don't know. Anyway, thank you, Baby Vazo, sponsoring the show again, who says 2020 will be the official year of We Was Heroes. Yeah. Well, 2021 will be the year of We Was Heroes, but not anymore. Anyway, thank you, Baby Vaso, for sponsoring the show. Also, Okie Native. Today in history, Shatner goes into space, T-5. Uh-oh, is that right now? Hang on, let me see if we can get a live shot of Shatner in space. Let's hang on a second. Shatner. Oh, I know where it's going. I know where it's at. Hang on a second here. I know someone's carrying it live. That is. Hang on a second. Oh shoot. At Where is it? Okay, hang on. Shatner. Let's see if we can get we can find Shatner in space live. Here we go. I don't want to do CBS. CNN maybe. Can we get it? Can we get in trouble for this? I don't know. We'll try CNN. No, that's not live. Here, let me see if I can find it on YouTube. There was a one. What is it? Behind the Black is covering it. Here we go. Let's see if he's if they got a live feed in here. Here we go. Oh, T-minus 104. Okay, we're about to blast off.
T-minus 1 minute.
Shatner about to go into space. How about you?
And there you can just see slightly there the gimbaling engine at the base of the rocket.
William Shatner going into space in a giant penis. He's, do you know Shatner? William Shatner's 90 years old.
All right,
Can you
everybody.
believe
Chris
that?
Blosshausen, Glenn DeVries, Audrey Powers, and William
Captain
Shatner are about
Kirk,
to go where very few humans have
TJ
gone
Hooker
before. Ladies and gentlemen, it's
is
time
about
to
to go
launch this
into
rocket.
space.
Godspeed, New Shepard.
God, wouldn't it be? Well, never mind. I'm not going to say it. I wonder if they have video from inside the rocket. That's what I want to see. Do you have to wear helmets in this thing?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Command engine start. 2, 1.
There it goes. Now, where did they get that angle from? And is that camera going to get blown off out of the way?
Has cleared the tower. She is on her space with the second human spaceflight crew.
Okay, Native, you are damn right. You know George Takai is pissed right now.
Max Q, the first milestone here on its flight to space.
The dick is about to blast off. It's off now. I wish they had video inside the ship, though. Wouldn't that be cool?
Base of the screen as well as the speedometer. They are gaining speed on their climb to space. We have confirmed max Q. This is when the aerodynamic stresses on the vehicle were at their maximum.
I just, is it a rocket or a dildo? It is a rocket dildo. It's a super dildo. I want video from inside though. It even vibrates. Well, it's a rocket powered dildo. All right. Well,
thank you again, everybody, for joining us live for New Shepard's second human flight with Audrey Powers, William Shatner, our customers Glenn DeVries and Chris Blosshausen on board. They are well on their way to space. So far, a nominal flight, a clean burn on our Blue Engine 3. New Shepard giving them a beautiful flight to space this morning.
2,000 miles an hour soon.
The rocket is climbing towards an altitude. We're aiming just over the Kármán line, the internationally recognized line of space of 100 kilometers. That is about 328,000 feet. And a gorgeous view down the rocket.
What's wild is, and these are unmanned flights.
And now we've had main engine cut off. The BE-3 engine has shut off. And in just a moment, we're going to separate the capsule from the booster.
Well, not Tesla,
and at that point, our astronauts will have the opportunity to get out of their harnesses and enjoy the beauties of zero G. Let's wait to listen.
I want to hear them talking inside the plane, though. That's what Okie Native, I didn't want to say that. I'm telling you, I didn't want to say that.
And there you can see a clean separation between the capsule and the booster.
If Jeff Bezos kills Captain Kirk when not even the green bitch who screwed him did. Couldn't.
And there you can see the capsule from the top of the booster. They are continuing their ascent over the Kármán line. You'll know when they hit apogee when the speed hits 0.
All right,
and there they are, over 328,000 feet, over 100 kilometers. Welcome to space. The newest astronauts on board our crew capsule.
Gosh, I just don't think that. I don't. A 90-year-old going at that rate of speed, you think you'd have to make sure the heart was their heart was good, but there they are. They're in space. Well, this was not part of my plan today, but this is kind of cool.
And there they are. They have just about hit their apogee at about 351,000 feet.
And where are they going to go? Oh, they're slowing down.
And while we don't have apogee, I can just imagine, Jackie, they are having the time of their lives.
Well, where's the video? Don't you have video from inside the damn, whatever it's called, rocket, the cab, whatever? Space, the final frontier. These are the adventures of the Star Trek Enterprise. There boldly go where no man has gone before. I don't know the whole saying because I should know it. I watched Star Trek so many times when I was a kid. We watched my mom and I used to watch. They had it on after the news in Omaha. Star Trek reruns.
Thank you again, everybody, for joining us live from West Texas. So far, a nominal flight for our second human crew.
Okay.
So exciting, Jackie.
Let's see the crew
to have
now.
Sent Captain Kirk himself, William Shatner, to space. I cannot wait to hear his commentary upon return, as well as our two customers, Chris Bosshausen from Australia, to all the fans tuning in from down under. A big shout out to you guys,
nice to
as
see
well
you.
as
Good morning,
Glenn
now what?
DeVries and our very own Audrey Powers.
AKA Woo,
they
my
are
friend
coming
from high
back
school.
home. The booster, of course, is going to beat the capsule back home. It is more aerodynamically shaped, of course, at the base of the capsule. It's kind of a blunt end, so it's less aerodynamic. What we're going to see coming up shortly is at the top of the rocket, we have the ring fin. There's some what we call the pie fins that extend from the ring fin.
Does anyone know how long this flight is supposed to be?
As well as the drag brakes. The pie fins, the wedge fins help stabilize the vehicle, kind of like the feathers at the back of an arrow. And then you will also see the drag brakes. And as you mentioned, Jackie, it cuts the velocity dramatically.
You know, thank goodness that.
There you can see the wedge fins are out.
Thank goodness this flight wasn't a Southwest flight, huh? Shatner would have been pissed. Okay, so. Oh, okay, so this is the booster coming back to Earth. And apparently, this booster's. Oh, it's supposed to be 10 minutes? Do y'all want to just hang on and keep watching this while we're here? Maybe we'll just.
Here we see the descent. We are going to expect the BE-3 engine to relight just at about 3,600 feet or about 1,200 meters above ground
so this
level.
Is the booster coming
now.
back
The drag
to
brakes
ground?
have deployed, and here we come, New Shepard.
Dude, look at how accurate that is too. That's some amazing shit right there. I gotta tell you. That's insane.
Touchdown. Welcome back, New Shepard. The fourth flight to space and back for that vehicle provided a beautiful flight to space for our second human crew. Wow, that gets me every time we do this live down here in Texas. The sonic boom is so cool. Drag brakes are folding back in, as have the wedge fins. just looks like you could fuel her up and go again. What do you think, Jackie?
And even when you know to expect the sonic boom, it still catches you off guard every time.
Talk about a rumble. A beautiful sight of our New Shepard
apparently
rocket
Jackie
there in the West
is
Texas
from the
desert.
PDawgKnight School
But
of Broadcasting and
the show
forgot
is not
to
over.
turn her
The
microphone
capsule
on.
is descending. We are waiting for first the the drogue chutes to deploy. Those are very much like the guide parachutes. They will subsequently be followed by the main parachutes that will first reef and then fully inflate. And there go the drogue parachutes.
Okay. You're still coming in hot. I don't know. 136 miles an hour. Uh-oh. Oh,
And
fuck. That
here
scared the shit out
come
of
the
me.
mains.
It's like,
What a flight.
the hell was that? I was like, all of a sudden it starts speeding up again. And now it's slowing down to 20 miles an hour, 16
You can
miles an
already
hour.
start to hear the cheers from outside our stage here in West Texas.
I'd rather hear Al Michaels. I'd rather hear Al Michaels too.
I just threw a piece of fudge cola.
Still, you're gonna land it on a piece of ground at 16 miles an hour. That's still pretty fast. I hope they have some more, something that slows it down more. So it's 1,200 feet. I wonder what they do to slow it down even more when it lands. If it has its own booster or something.
How about that, guys? That was unlike anything they described. All right, we got less than 1,000 feet. All right, great. Let's down.
Okay, it's slowing down a little more.
And here comes our crew back into the desert.
Still about you bump at 10
Newest
miles an hour.
astronauts, 596, 97, 98, and 99.
That's unlike anything you'll ever feel.
Oh, that's them talking inside the
Stand by,
capsule.
touchdown. Stand by, touchdown.
Oh, that thing's coming a little hot. It's going to be a little bit of bump, Shat. Oh, shit.
And capsule touchdown. Welcome back, the newest astronauts. Audrey Powers,
And
William Shatner,
that
our
killed it.
customers, Glenn DeVries, and Chris
About as
Boshausen.
fast as a bicycle.
What
Good clip.
a
Yeah,
day
can you?
for you. Welcome back. I cannot wait to talk to them, Jackie, and
Hey, Don
just
Julio, nice to see
get
ya.
what they experienced up there this morning. What a clean and beautiful flight from the rocket for our astronauts.
What an absolutely stunning flight. And I also loved hearing that audio of them on their way back about how this experience was for them. And I can't wait to hear their stories.
Yeah, except I can't hear the audio
heard William
now.
Shatner say, "This is like nothing I've ever experienced before." So
Hey,
coming
wait
from
a
a man
minute.
who in theory has experienced space
Who
for
has
decades.
gone warp speed and traveled the entire intergalactic universe. This was like nothing he's ever seen before.
What a day for our astronauts. So now our team is preparing landing safety operations and recovery of our astronauts from the crew capsule. We'll be on the ground at the landing site to follow the action in just a bit.
It's interesting
Maybe
they have
even
this
talk
camera
to
this
the
close
world's
to them,
newest
but
astronauts.
they don't have any recovery people there
Absolutely
yet.
breathtaking stuff. And I'll note that you're going to see our the recovery team show up very shortly because we actually send them out before the capsule has landed, because through our modeling, we get by now we're very, very good at analyzing where the capsule is going to come down, given where we know
on that.
exactly where the winds
nobody,
are.
not me.
And so we're going to see the recovery team come out there, and of course they will also be joined by some of their friends and family to watch
right,
as
so
they
we'll,
emerge from the capsule. Let's check out these beautiful shots of our 4 astronauts there in the Texas desert after having gone up over the Kármán line and back.
So they have no way to get out of that until the rescue team comes up. There's somebody looking out. Somebody's laying down, though. Is that Shatner? Is he alive? They're awfully quiet in there. Oh, they're all laying down. I see. Do you think he propositioned the lady when they did space? All right. Cool. Well, we'll get more on this tomorrow. We'll check out the interviews of Shatner and of these people. So, and I'll leave this link up because
And here's some beautiful shots of our 4 astronauts in the capsule awaiting the recovery team. I understand from Capcom that they have had communications with those 4 astronauts, and they have all given the thumbs up that they are doing A-OK after an exhilarating flight to space.
I don't know if I can...
awaiting that recovery team in that...
I'd probably leave that down in the corner. Let's try that. We're going to leave this down in the corner on a separate player, and then we'll move on to what we're doing today. Or not. Let's see if YouTube lets me do this. Okay. How do I... Mini player. There we go. Let's do that. Mini player. There we go. That'll be down in the corner.
In the foreground, you see the capsule, the background, the rise
except
to
I can't
space,
turn it
the New
down.
Shepard booster. Again, that booster has flown to space. And
Okay, I
back
can't.
4 times with this flight, and coming to get them is the recovery crew.
Okay. Oh wait, let's check this out real quick. Let's go back here and let's watch the recovery crew pick them up. This is pretty cool, actually. Well, technically, an astronaut doesn't have to be. Isn't it? The astronaut just has to be someone who goes into space, right? So you still call the scientists who go up and doing experiments on some of those shuttle flights. They're still considered astronauts, even though they're not flying the shuttle. Yeah, there might have been a few expletives at a couple. Holy shit, holy shit, holy shit, as you're getting about 2,000 miles an hour.
You can see there, again, beautiful shots of the capsule. The parachutes actually have fallen pretty close to the capsule.
You know, it's pretty wild that, okay, so they got this drone here real quick taking video. Couldn't they brought the recovery people out here in a helicopter?
A beautiful day for
okay, there's the truck, okay.
And landing of a rocket and launch and landing of 4 new astronauts.
Oh,
we were talking to Chris a couple days ago. He actually flew that USB.
I think I shat myself. I shattered myself.
As you mentioned, he's a DJ.
Oh my gosh.
So of course, we have our new astronauts. We have our Club for the Future postcards that have just returned from space, and of course, you know, some of the personal items like this awesome USB full of music.
Okay.
We'll be playing some of that right now.
Turn.
Well, you probably will soon. Actually, you know, as you mentioned.
Yeah, I wonder if they
has kind of a side gig
astronauts usually train for years. Well, yes, true, true. So Buzz Aldrin probably wants to kick Shatner's ass right now. And you know, like someone earlier said, George Takei, you know he's fucking pissed. I don't think they get. I don't think George and Will get along.
Yes, the scientists. Yes, the engineers. But now the artists, poets, singers, DJs. Let's just see what they create coming out of this experience.
I don't want to. I don't give a. Artists, poets, and DJs.
I can't wait to see.
Oh my gosh! Did you hear what she just said? I don't know if I have it up loud enough.
And the art that comes out of this. All right, we now have Sarah Knight going around the capsule, getting the thumbs up from each of our astronauts.
Okay, you can't pull that out. Well, that's not supposed to come off real easy, is it? I hope not. Hey, we can't get them out. Hey, their air supply's low. I'm all out of air. I can't breathe without it. Hello, why are you so angry? Nice to see you. Oh, get a ladder. I just want to hear them talking. Why'd they turn the mics off? Or are they having a boomer moment? I don't know. Okay, they're still in there. Are they allowed to take their seatbelts off now? Ladies and gentlemen, you are now going to take your seatbelts off and deboard the plane. They're stuck. Oh my gosh. Jane, get me off this crazy thing. Okay, if you know what that meant, you're old. like me. God, do these people not know how to crack an egg? What the hell?
Thank you again, everybody, for
Let's
joining us
go.
live from West Texas, where we have just completed our second human flight of the new Shepherd
so true.
vehicle.
Now they have to put on
our
masks.
crew on board.
Hilarious.
The great William Shatner, now who has become the oldest person to have ever flown to space at the ripe age of 90 years old. Our very own Audrey Powers, as well as our two customers, Glenn DeVries and Chris Bosshausen. Our recovery crew is out there and is
wonder how
about
they
to
chose
open
the
the hatch.
customers to
There is
go
our
up into
founder, Jeff
space.
Bezos, giving the big thumbs up.
Oh, there's Bezos. He kind of looks like a penis too. Maybe they made the ship look like him.
This looks like a familiar shot I remember seeing recently.
Yes.
Very happy birthday.
Well, they're excited. That's good. But they can't get him out.
And here come their friends and
Damn,
family.
I left the keys at the launch pad. Ah, very good. We're all old here. Meet George Jetson. Thank you, BBC Rentals, are one of our longtime sponsors of the Morning Night Live. Unlike Blue Origins, our members will last longer than 10 minutes for a fraction of the price. BBC Rentals, unless you're racist. Thank you. Thank you, BBC Rentals. By the way, you too can be a sponsor of the Morning Night Live by sharing the show with your friends and neighbors and your loved ones and even the people who hate you. And also, if you can, if you not just share the stream, but also hit the like button. And if you want to be a monetary sponsor of the show, you can do that through Streamlabs in the description, or PDawgKnight.live, or through YouTube Super Chats. And if you watch the show at PDawgKnight.live, you can have the full experience of the chat, the show, and the opportunity to sponsor the show on one page. They can't get them out.
Again, thank you everybody for joining us live from West Texas at our launch site 1. Our second human space flight crew has gone to space and back up over the Kármán line, just over 351,000 feet. We're awaiting Jeff Bezos, who is now opening the hatch.
Well, Jeff, why didn't you tell him you had the keys, you dummy? Okay, what are Shatner's first words going to be when he comes out? You know, usually when I get off the end of a flight, as soon as they open the damn doors, my seatbelt's already off. I'm already making phone calls.
There's Audrey Powers, a big hug from her sister.
There he is.
Kirk himself, the great William Shatner.
Our customer, Chris Bosshausen, the first full Australian citizen to go to space and back.
Okay.
And Glenn DeVries.
Congratulations, Aussies. You now have an astronaut. All right. Like I said, we'll watch the interviews from this maybe
Some
tomorrow.
big hugs from their loved ones.
What they actually said and did and whatnot. So anyway, that's cool. All right, let's get back into the show a little bit. We got so that link will also be on the description down below in the second paragraph. So let's move on here. I'm laughing at you. Where was I here? Okay, so now let's see. Oh, Jen Psaki. This is fascinating. So, because I've been as you argue with people on Twitter and you see things online and stuff, people talking about how, they were talking about how Abbott's executive order in Texas was superseded by the federal law that they're talking about. Okay. And this is something Jen Psaki said yesterday. She touts Biden's vaccine press release as federal law before admitting no official rule exists. The White House press secretary Jen Psaki touted President Joe Biden's vaccine press release directing businesses with 100 more employees to require the stupid 19 jab as a federal law. Oh, law by decree by the incontinent one. Anyway, on Tuesday, an attempt to downplay efforts by Republican governors to secure medical freedom for their constituents. Texas Governor Greg Abbott signed an executive order on Monday banning stupid 19 juice mandates by any entity in the Lone Star State. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis has also taken action to prevent institutions in his state from requiring stupid juice passports. Psaki, however, accused Republican governors of putting politics against public health. Really, bitch. Anyway, and they said they are hurting Biden's goal to work to get more people juiced up. And here's Jen Psaki.
Is the administration going to sue Texas over the opposing the order for the vaccine mandates? And is there a risk that the OSHA efforts essentially get tied up in litigation rather than having the immediate effect?
Well, Josh, these requirements are promulgated by federal law.
Ooh, by federal law. Do tell.
So when the president announced his vaccine...
Oh, wait a minute. Wait, whoa. Hang on. I'm confused now. I am confused. Did she just say federal law? Okay, hold on. I'm sorry. I need to do this because I have to think. And it doesn't hurt, really. I have to think. I'm just a bill. Yes, I'm only a bill. And I'm sitting here on Capitol Hill. Today I'm still just a bill. Wait a minute. I hope to be a law someday. Now I hope and pray that I will. Today I'm still just a bill. That's not a law. What federal law is she talking about? I know how that works because of the "I'm Just a Bill" song, and they didn't do all that yet. In fact, I don't even think he's even say to even sign an, even if an executive order was a law anyway. But did he even sign an executive order yet, or he just announced some speech, some bullshit? I'm sorry. Anyway, here, let me just let her finish here.
Mandates for business.
I'm gonna let her finish, but "I'm Just a Bill" is the greatest song of all time.
Businesses that, of course, we're waiting on OSHA regulations for as a next step.
OSHA regulations. Now, is that a law? Okay.
To federal law and the implementation of federal law because it's an executive order. So our intention is to implement and continue to work to implement these requirements across the country, including in the states where there are attempts to oppose them. I will say, since you gave me the opportunity, Governor...
Well, because you're the press secretary, because you get the opportunity, because you're in the fucking front of the podium answering the stupid questions that they ask. So, of course, they gave you the opportunity, you nitwit.
Abbott's executive order banning mandates. And I would also note announcement by Governor DeSantis this morning, essentially banning the implementation of mandates, fit a familiar pattern that we've seen of putting politics ahead of public health.
Oh, is that why you mentioned them? Really? Because the rate of infections in Florida and Texas are way down since you were talking about them a couple weeks ago. In fact, they're trending down as opposed to some of the states where they have mandates and they're trending up.
Over 700,000 American lives have been lost due to COVID-19.
And over 45 million people have survived COVID. See, I always want to talk about that 700,000, but they never want to talk about me. 45 million people have had it and survived. Wow.
Including more than 56,000 in Florida and over 68,000 in Texas. and every leader should be focused.
Oh, isn't it cute how she has those numbers right at the top of her head, which is a lower percentage than many other states.
On supporting efforts to save lives and end the pandemic. Why would you be taking steps that prevent the saving of lives, that make it more difficult to save lives across the country or in any state? And I would also note that vaccine requirements have been standard in both the Lone Star State, Texas, in case you're not familiar, and the Sunshine State, Florida, in schools for decades, whether polio, measles, mumps, rubella, the chickenpox.
Proven vaccines, not experimental vaccines. I don't know.
Vaccine requirements that have been implemented for decades in these states. So these decisions put these two leaders out of step with both longtime requirements, a history of vaccine mandates, but also...
Interesting. I didn't hear them banning other vaccine mandates, did they? Did they? Or was it just particular about... I don't recall people having to be fired for something. I don't know. There's something different about this one. I don't know. Vaccines, children. Yeah, we got all the vaccines for our kids too. I hear you, Jen.
Many business leaders in their states and many businesses that are based in their states, including Disney and American Airlines, these leaders are taking steps to help boost vaccination rates, reduce deaths, reduce hospitalizations, and expand the country's labor pool. So,
but if their rate of cases and infections are already going down, what good are you doing there, Jen? They are vaccinating people in Florida and Texas, by the way. Florida's actually doing a pretty good job. They're pretty, I mean, for, you know, people who are vulnerable, but do people have to have it for something that 99.8% people survive under the age of 60? You don't know.
Bottom line is we're going to continue to implement the law, which the President of the United States has the ability, the authority.
The law. What law is she talking about? I'm just a bill. Yes, I'm only a bill. Yeah, it's not a law yet. There is no law. Anyway, moving on. Kyrie Irving is banned from playing basketball because of his refusal of the Fauci Juice. Hello, King, by the way. I just saw you pop in. He's taken a stand. And the reason I want to bring up Cannon Hotep's video on this. We'll watch Cannon Hotep's video. But Brooklyn Nets won't allow basketball star Kyrie Irving to participate in any team activities until he receives the Fauci Juice, the team announced Tuesday. Given the evolving nature of the situation and after thorough deliberation, we've decided Kyrie Irving will not play or practice with the team until he is eligible to be a full participant, General Manager Sean Marks said in a statement. Kyrie has made a personal choice, and we respect his individual right to choose. It continued. Currently, this choice restricts his ability to be a full-time member of the team, and we will not permit any member of our team to participate with part-time availability. So, and that's because he plays in New York, and apparently in New York, they are not allowing him to play in New York, so he would only be able to play in some away venues, and they're not having it. So, good morning, Brad Young. How you doing? So anyway, FTG to the Nets and New York, and Kyrie Irving sticking to his guns. So speaking of which brings me to the new video by our friend Cannon Hotep. We'll finish out with this today. So here's Cannon Hotep.
Kyrie Irving, giving a voice to the voiceless, standing up for those who can't stand up for themselves.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention? I've just been handed an urgent and horrifying news story, and I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
So for those of you who ain't heard, earlier today, it was announced that Kyrie Irving will no longer be able to practice or play any NBA basketball games for the foreseeable future unless he meet all Yamin protocols. We all know
for those of you who are not
right?
familiar, Yamin is the same thing as Fauci Juice. That's Cannon Hotep speak, by the way.
You gotta get that Yamin. But no surprise to me, he's standing 10 toes down on what he believes in. I mean, if you've been following his press conferences, his social media, you pretty much know where he's staying. But here's the twist. Turn out Kyrie Irving ain't anti all Yammeens. So listen to this article from SB Nation. Kyrie Irving not anti-Yammeen. Just wants to make a point. As of Tuesday night, Kyrie Irving has not responded to the Nets' announcement that he is banned from play and practice unless he's eligible to play in all team games. But it appears that he or his representatives have provided Shams Charania, I guess that's how you pronounce their name, his position. In an article published early Tuesday evening, claims to clarify Irving's position. Charania writes that Irving is not anti-Yammeen, but merely wants to make a point about control, a grander fight than his basketball exploits. All right, I can get with that. I want y'all to understand something. Not everybody that's against this Yammeen is against all Yammeens.
Ding.
And I understand that, but he got a point. It's not about being anti-Yammeen or pro-Yammeen. It's the way they pushing it. It's the way they forcing people to get the Yammeen. It's either get the Yammeen or else. You lose your livelihood, you lose your freedoms, you lose your liberties. That's the problem. Let me continue. So apparently, multiple sources with direct knowledge of Irving's decision have told The Athletic that Irving is not anti-Yammeen and that his stance is that he is upset that people are losing their jobs due to Yammeen mandates. See what I'm saying? That's the problem. That's what I don't get about, the left and the liberals. Y'all want to be my body, my choice when it comes to abortion rights. But when it comes down to this, it's either get down or lay down. It's a stance that Irving has explained to close teammates. To him, this is a grander fight than the one on the court, and Irving is challenging a perceived control of society and people's livelihoods. According to sources with knowledge of Irving's mindset, it is a decision that he believes he is capable to make given his current life dynamics. Irving wants to be a voice for the voiceless, one source said. You know what? Salute to you. Good on you, Kyrie Irving. See, he get it. Just because somebody don't want to go take the Yammeen don't mean they anti all Yammeens. I mean, you gotta really sit back and think, yo, why is they forcing this on everybody? Why are they bribing people to take it? Why are they paying influencers to get people to take it? Why are they censoring and shutting down other dissenting voices who are against it? You gotta ask yourself these questions. They never did this with any other Yammeen but this one. Why? You got people scared to death to take the Yammeen, but on the other hand, they scared to lose their livelihood. They scared to lose their jobs. They scared to lose their house.
Not yet, Brad. I don't think so.
How they gonna feed their family if they can't work? This is tyranny. This is a dictatorship. This is what Hotep's been telling you about since day one. Happening right here in real time in front of your face. They came after Nikki. They came after Letitia Wright. They're coming after Kyrie Irving. Because these people have a big platform and they're not pushing their propaganda because they decide to think for themselves. They decide to stand alone because they can see at a 30,000 foot view and see what's really going on. I really hope all y'all out there paying attention. They're trying to turn the jabbed against the unjabbed. They're trying to tell people that if you anti-Yammeen, then you anti-all Yammeen and that you're a bad person. Meanwhile, you got people out here who got both Yammeens and still end up in the hospital with the Yammeen. Make that make sense. But like I said, salute to Kyrie Irving, man. Stand 10 toes down. I hope other influencers and celebrities and athletes come to your side and stand with you. Hotep's got your back. Cannon Hotep. I'll holla at you.
All right, cool. Thank you, Cannon Hotep. Go subscribe to his channel. Always pithy and pertinent commentary. Thank you, Maddie from the House Geek, aka who says who sponsors the show through SuperChats, who says every edit like Saki who uses the required vaccinations argument leaves out that one can object by religious reasons or are immunocompromised, or just flat out maybe just don't want to take it if it's unnecessary. You want to take necessary vaccines, you don't want to take unnecessary vaccines. And so I think, if you have, like myself, as one of the 45 million survivors of Stupid 19, I think they can give mine to somebody in a third world country who may not have the opportunity, and it may be vulnerable to this disease. Thank you again, Maddie, for sponsoring the show. Appreciate you. All right. So I was going to, let's see. I have a couple other that are open while we're here. One is just, there's an article in the Washington Examiner that is talking about the January 6th insurrection that is talking about, because a lot of people are saying, oh, this was an armed insurrection. It's a talking point in the media, a deadly armed insurrection. You know what's weird? Do you ever hear them describe the protests from 2020, after St. George was killed? I don't mean to make fun of George Floyd. He didn't need to die, but still, after George Floyd was killed, do you ever hear them talking about the deadly riots, the deadly protests, for months on end? And they were literally deadly. Hundreds of people died, and billions of dollars of property was destroyed. But you don't never hear them describe them as the deadly riots after George Floyd died. But they keep talking about this particular incident, these riots on January 6th, as the deadly insurrection, and all the armed protesters, the armed insurrectionists. Well, this article it'll be in the tabs because I don't have time to go in it too deep, but Byron York at Washington Examiner is examining, okay, if you're going to call this an armed insurrection, well, where are the people who had the arms? Where are all these people? And I'm just thinking, so this they've gone through and looked at a list of some of the so-called weapons, and all the defendants who had some sort of a weapon, and some had sticks, some had crutches, some had a flagpole, and a large metal sign, a fire extinguisher, a baseball bat. Now, someone had a baseball bat. Okay. Someone here says, oh, now this is an interesting one. The best one is firearms. A Meredith arrived in Washington after the riot was over, but was charged with having 3 guns in his possession. So they're counting this person who wasn't even in Washington, D.C. when this so-called insurrection was going on. So anyway, it's a good article. Like I said, I don't have time to get into it. And then I think, what's my other one here? Oh, and just a good editorial in City Journal about California and how they're making a lot of rules for kids as far as schools and they're being taught. And the question is, whose kids are these? And it's a good article, so you'll get to read that too. But that's going to have to be it for today, gang, because I cannot be late today. So, first of all, before you do anything, please hit the like button before you go. I would appreciate that very much. And if you can share the stream before, during, or after the show, that would be fantastic too, because every little eyes on the show helps the show. And for those of you who are watching on a replay, put a comment in the comment section so that I know you dropped by. And finally, if you'd like to be a sponsor of the show, let's see, all my sponsors today, we're Baby Vazo, Jimmy from Philly, Okie Native, BBC Rentals, aka Gunfox, and Maddie. And thank you for sponsoring the show today. By the way, Baby Vaso, you are the Streamlabs Superstar Donor of the Day. Thank you very much. Appreciate you all for sponsoring the show. And that's got to be it, folks. Got to go. Got to do my thing. But as usual, I'll be back tomorrow at 10 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock Central, 3 p.m. GMT, like I am Mondays through Fridays on the Morning Night Live. Thanks, everybody. My name is PDawgKnight. And I'm out of here. Bye-bye. Have a great day. Hey, this is PDawgKnight, and thank you for watching today on the PDawgKnight channel. If you have an observation or remark you'd like to make about this video or my channel, I absolutely welcome you to write it in the comment section down below. I really look forward to hearing from you. And before you go, if you like what you saw but you're not already subscribed, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and definitely click that bell that pops up afterwards so you'll be notified when I post new videos or when we go live. I broadcast my live show, The Morning Night Live, Monday through Friday at 10 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock Central. A special thank you to all the supporters of this channel who share our videos on social media and who make donations through Streamlabs, YouTube, Venmo, and Cashapp, which are all linked in the description down below. Thanks again, and until next time, I'm PDawgKnight, and I'm out of here.